Hey everyone, welcome to Selling Made Easy, how to overcome all of your blocks around sales and close more sales like a pro. I am your host, Vanessa Simpkins from TakeYourPowerBackNow.com. Welcome everyone. I'm so excited that you're here. This is really going to be an epic training. My intention for you here is to really share with you some of the most important foundational things that I see my clients really taking and running with and really skyrocketing their results. So it's going to be a jam-packed hour. I'm so excited that you're here. I want to make sure before we dive into the training that you can all hear me and see me and that this amazing technology works well. So if you are joining me and everything sounds good and looks good, please type your name in the chat box and where you're calling from. I see a bunch of people here joining us already. So it's great to see you here, but please type your name and where you're calling from in the chat box, and we'll get started. And if you're new, to this kind of training, if you're new to my work, I am the author of these two books, bestseller, Take Your Power Back Now, The Ultimate Confidence Guide for Women. Hey, Milena and Shelly and Rose is here. Amanda, awesome. And also from Bankrupt to $900 a day selling mops, true story. Tamara, Shara, awesome. I'm so happy you guys can all hear me and see me and this thing works. So we're going to jump in today. I want to share with you really how to kick up your sales here for 2017. And actually right now during the holidays, why right now, even if you've had maybe not the kind of sales results that you've been wanting to have over the last year, how right now is the best time to really jumpstart your sales. We're going to talk about mindset and everything in between. So you guys are in the right place. Aaron, Bonnie, Linda, Kate, Edmund, Kim. Wow, awesome. Okay, so this is all working. Welcome everyone. I'm going to show up here. I'm going to give you as much as I possibly can in the next hour. I encourage you to ask me any questions. Use that chat box. I'll be checking in from time to time. Ask me any questions you have about your business, about sales, and let's dive in. All right, so Doris, I got some Montrealers from here. Aaron from Montreal, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's start this training. I'm going to screen share and pull up the slides. And so I'm present to everyone so you guys can all see that. All right, so this is really about selling made easy for all the entrepreneurs, that I've seen. This is really what it boils down to. So this is for you if you're an inspirational leader that really know deep in your soul, this is what you need to be doing for a living, but you don't know kind of why you're still struggling with the generating sales consistently part. This is definitely for you. This training is for you if you're a coach, a consultant, a healer, author, speaker, and if you're tired of having more of a hobby than a consistently profitable revenue generating business, you're in the right place. If you're a business owner who knows that they need to charge more for their services, but you can't seem to get around to actually doing it, this is for you. Entrepreneurs who are still confused about how to actually effectively market and sell their services and are busy doing all the right things, but they kind of still struggle around sales. And especially if you're a coach or an expert and you're tired of settling or that playing small, you're still kind of got one foot in the 9 to 5 and you've got another foot, in your passion-based business, this is really going to help you. So on this webinar specifically, what I want to cover with you is how to bring your passion and purpose out into the world and actually pay your bills with it. Common beliefs around asking for money or sales for your services that are robbing you of having a ton of clients and how to transform those immediately. So guys, we're going to actually do some processes right here on the training. So stick around. This might be the best hour you spend on your business all year. We're going to look at sales as a spiritual practice. You did hear me say that, as explained from my book, From Bankrupt to $900 a Day Selling Mops. Some of the things that I learned about really becoming a sales pro, which, make no mistake, if you are a coach, if you are in business for yourself, that is your number one priority. Nothing happens until the sale is made. So we're going to talk about that. How to quadruple your sales over the holidays, yep, and make 2017 kick-ass year of abundance, transformation, fun for you and your clients, and how to maximize your holidays, the events that you're attending, parties, and really begin filling your pipeline with high-paying clients. So I promise I talk really fast. We're going to have a lot of fun. You'll come away with a ton of great nuggets, breakthrough ideas, fabulous systems for generating more revenue in your business this coming year, guaranteed. And if you are new to my work, my name is Vanessa Simpkins. Some people call me the Bikini Business Coach. And I'm a little Canadian who traded in her little red shovel for a red bikini and took my online coaching business to Hawaii, and I moved to the paradise island of Kauai, Hawaii back in 2013. Now I live in California, and I help other spiritual women business owners, coaches, and healers and consultants really rock their confidence and their sales. And I've written the 2 books I showed you there. I've been on a few television shows, Fox, ABC, CBS. I'm the creator of the 10K in 30-day program, Soul Sister Mastermind, and the Ultimate Goddess Getaway Retreats. I've spoken on a TED stage, made my first 6 figures in coaching with really simple systems, and that's what I want to share with you here today, some simple ways for you to bring your passion and your purpose-based business out into the world and actually pay your bills with it. And I'm really known for helping spiritual women and women's empowerment leaders break through fear and rock their sales. All right, so this is my family up here, my fiance Alex and his wonderful kids. So I'm hashtag the bomb stepmom, and I love to travel, love it. That's why I have a business. And so now you know a little bit more about me. I have been doing this now for just over 8 years. I've been in this game. So let's talk, now that you know a little bit more about me, let's really talk about how to open up yourself to receive massive abundance, because that's what we're really covering here. We're really looking at, you know, making more sales. You're here because you want to increase your level of abundance, and that really requires a new mindset. And we're going to be talking a lot about that today. How to cultivate a very fertile mindset where you can grow. Look at all these sunflowers, right? You can grow an abundance of whatever you want. You got to have that fertile mindset, and that equals new results. So really, hands down, that's the biggest gift you can give to yourself this holiday season. So I really want to congratulate you for being here. I know there's a ton of people here. I'm just checking in the chat. Lots of people here joining us live. Welcome and congratulations for taking this time and really, you know, giving yourself the gift of presence and of learning and of growth, because it's my intention to give you as much as I can here to really help you kick it up this year. So, all right. I want to start with a story, and this story happened, you know, just 2 years ago in December. I moved from the paradise island of Kauai, Hawaii, and I left there to come to California. I had just written the 2nd book, Take Your Power Back Now. It became an instant bestseller overnight. I had just launched a women's retreat in Kauai. It was very successful, and I moved here to California just before Christmas, and probably had the worst holidays of my life. It was one of the hardest times of my life. And what I realized was that even though everything looked really good on the surface, you know, inside was a totally different story. Inside was a very different story. And what was happening was that I had to actually face all of these hardcore feelings that I really, for a long time, didn't want to face. And number one, I was really upset with God, because here I was busting my arse, you know, writing this best-selling book and doing everything I was feeling called to do and doing the retreats. And, you know, the reality was I had enough money to cover my bills every month, just enough to cover my bills every month. You know, like, where was the surplus? And I moved to a place where I didn't really know anyone during the holidays. Not the best decision. I flew my mom out, and I realized that she was really, you know, needed some support, financial support. You know, she's mentally kind of a little bit off her rocker, and now she's 7 years old, you know, going to need a lot of financial support. And I was like, wow, where am I going to pull that out of? And I didn't have any guy in sight. You know, I was dating these guys. None of them was my real dude. And, you know, I was 36 at the time, 35, 36, thinking, where the hell is my man? You know, I was so mad at God. I was really mad at myself. Didn't really have a place to live. I was babysitting my friend's dog and didn't really know many people. And, you know, December 23rd, had a major meltdown in an art store, because I realized here I was working so hard, doing all the right things, guys. All right. And I wasn't farther ahead. I wasn't where I wanted to be. And I realized that my life lacked creativity. I'm the daughter of a famous artist. Hello, how did that happen? And it all just came crashing down on me. And what ensued, and I don't know if you've ever been there, you know, I really felt like giving up. You know, the couple of months that followed, I really didn't know what to do. I was considering giving up on my coaching business. And I want to start the training, you know, sharing this with you, because 2 years later, my life is completely, and I mean completely different. I got engaged to the man of my dreams this August. Phenomenal man. I met, so I moved in December. I met him in May, just a couple months later. We live in a beautiful, gorgeous home here, a 4,000 square foot home on the golf course. My business last month generated $100,000 in sales. Wow. You know, there's a $90,000 brand new BMW in my garage with my name on it. You know, my life is filled with so much fulfillment. I have 3 little kids, you know, that adore me. I adore them. You know, my dog is great. So life is totally changed, and not just in the financial area, but in every single area that I've decided. And so what I want to share with you here today is exactly what I've done in order to bring about such dramatic results in such a short amount of time. And I've been asked by my clients, like, you know, what the heck did you do? Because they're all watching, and I'm thinking, what did I really do? And so I've put together this training for you guys to really share with you how to turn everything around. So no matter where you're at right now, if you're feeling kind of like I was, disappointed, you know, mad at yourself, mad at God, wondering what the heck, what am I missing here? What do I don't know that everyone else knows that I don't? You're in the right place. And I'm going to really, really give you the recipe here to dramatically change, you know, your results, whether it's financial results, personal results. To me, it really goes all hand in hand. So I'm going to jump back into the slides here today. Welcome everyone. If you're just joining us, you are in the right place. I'm so happy you are here. Please use the chat box if you guys have any questions at any moment. So the key that I want to share with you about, you know, selling made easy, sales made easy, it's really all about how you feel. It's all about how you feel. So how do you feel right now? Let's do a little check-in. How do you feel about yourself? And how do you feel about your service offerings or your programs? Now, the reason why this is so important is because if you don't feel amazing, you're going to have a really hard time selling yourself. And I'll tell you why. But just do a little mental check-in. Give yourself a number from like 1 to 10. How awesome do you feel about your capability, about yourself as a person, about yourself as a business owner? And how awesome, how amazing do you know, think, feel your programs are? Just give yourself, you could share it if you want in the chat. If not, you can just write it down on a piece of paper. This is, you know, more for you. Let's do a little mental check-in here. We'll see how you feel at the end of the call. I'll just check in right now and see, give yourself a little note. How do you feel about yourself? And how do you feel about your programs? Now, I want to share this with you because people are buying your confidence. They really are. This is an energetic exchange that happens. And I love this little picture. I was going to buy this iPhone case for one of the kids because that was so damn cute. But people are buying your confidence. So let's just take a look here. You may be aware of this. You may not be aware of the scale of emotions. And so if you look down here on the left-hand side, you have shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride. You go up the scale. Your emotions have measurements. And you can see when we're in desire or fear or grief or apathy or guilt or shame, we're so low, we're in the suffering. We're in the very contracted version of ourselves. And so no wonder that time of the year, 2 years ago, I was filled with, you know, guilt, grief, you know, I had all these big expectations around my book. I had the best-selling book, but it didn't give me what I wanted. What I wanted was, you know, wealth and freedom. And what I really, really wanted was somebody to celebrate that with. You know, that's what I really wanted. And I worked so hard at these things that didn't give me what I really, really wanted. And I had just a ton of disappointment. That's what really happened. A ton of disappointment. Now, so disappointment's not on the scale, but can you see it's a very low vibration? You know, it's around fear and grief. I'd put disappointment right in there at about 75 to 100. You can see suffering, and it moves up to getting by, and you move up again to flow, you know, ultimate consciousness at 700 to 1,000. That's where you find like Mother Teresa and Jesus and all that. 600 at peace is where all the visionary leaders hang out. So the more, you know, the denser your emotions, the more suffering you're going to experience in the world. And especially in your business. That's why it's so important to feel freaking fantastic. Otherwise, your sales are going to struggle. Now, I've been teaching sales and mindset mastery to entrepreneurs now for 8 years. And that's all, the only thing I've ever done. You know, in the last 8 years, that's all I've done. And I really considered throwing in the towel. And look, can you see why? You know, I didn't know what to do in myself when I felt so bad, when I had all of these unmet expectations, these disappointments. And you see, it's literally impossible to do anything other than stay in the suffering, hang out in those low vibrations. So the key to making, you know, to selling made easy, the key to making more sales is really moving up the vibrational scale. And this is really the opposite of what most gurus are teaching you. They're telling you, you better have a fancy pants website, you got to have a big email list, get on the social media, do this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to tell you, you know, it's kind of like I'm going to stick a needle, like, you know, kind of scratch that needle on the record player. No, it's not. You need to feel really, really good about yourself before you will even begin to put any of the shit they sell you into action. I'm going to say that again. It's a writer downer. How you feel dictates your actions. Pretty hard to get into action selling yourself when you're filled with a ton of disappointments and unmet expectations. True or true? So that's where we start. And I'm going to share with you a quick case study. This is one of my clients, Gabrielle Samson. She's also a cool little Canadian, cool Canuck. She was a successful entrepreneur, you know, working hard in her business. She had restaurants. She had, you know, a kind of a coaching business, teaching people about living foods, about getting rid of inflammation in her body, working really hard. And she hired me really because she wanted to have more freedom. And here she made a video. This is a case study video. You can find a ton of these on my website, takeyourpowerbacknow.com. But she made me this video in Panama. And after she finished working for me, you know, working with me, she took a 3-month vacation with her husband. And she shot this video in her bikini. She's like, here you go, bikini business coach. That was so awesome that what she really attested her success to, from, you know, coming from working too hard in her business to taking 3 months off with her husband, traveling the world was always her biggest, her biggest goal was to have more freedom in her business. She said the number one thing that Vanessa really helped me with was my mindset. So guys, I really want you to take this, that mindset is everything. And now what I want to do with you is actually take you through a process here. I want to really take you through a process of clearing your disappointments. All right. And I'm looking here in the notes. Tamara says, yeah, person 10, business owner. I'm a 5 on a scale. My program's no idea. Okay. So I'm taking a look at everyone's, you know, in the chat here for a minute. So let's play a little game. This is really going to help you. I'm telling you, this is a process that will show you exactly what's in your way from generating your income results right now. It's like, this is what's in your way. So it's a process called clearing your disappointments. And I want you to think, this is exactly what I did. You know, this is exactly what I did to completely and dramatically change the playing field. Because if you don't feel fantastic, again, you're not going to take action on all the programs that you have. How many of you guys have a ton of programs that you know what to do, but you're still procrastinating? You're still not doing what you know you need to do. Why is that? Right? Because your vibration is really low. Your vibration, your energy field stuffed with all of these unmet expectations, disappointments. And these can go back, my friends, for years. These are decisions that have never been remade, and they go back to when you were a kid. So let's just let's just do this for fun. Make a list of the disappointments. And this is not something that, you know, no one really wants to go here. Most people don't ever do this because it's painful. Nobody wants to feel this shit. I get it, but this is the work. Make no mistake, you want to become an empowerment leader, you better empower yourself first. You better walk your talk, because no one's buying you until you have that confidence. You have to go through it. It's like a gateway. All right? So if you want to be an empowerment leader, an inspirational leader, you got to inspire yourself first. You got to go through the fire first. You got to clean up your vibration. How do you operate when your house is dirty or when your room is messy? How well do you work in a messy, crappy environment? It's the same thing with your inner energy. Not too well. You got to clean it up. Don't you feel great? My cleaning lady just came over yesterday, cleaned up the whole house. Woo! Feel on fire. It's amazing. I love it. I love when the cleaning lady comes over. right? So my mind is not occupied on, oh, I got to wipe that. I got to fix this. I got to sweep that. No, I'm clean and clear. And that's what we want to do here with your vibration. So let's make a list of disappointments. You can start with this past year. Make no mistake, you want to make room for a whole new 2017. You got to clean out your vibration. And so here are some tips. When I started doing this, I went back all the way to my parents. My parents, were they good role models? No, they weren't. I was mad at them. I was disappointed at them for that. I was disappointed with, some of the relationships. As I started looking into it, I made a list. You would not believe how long my list was. Holy smokes, it was pages and pages and pages long. All of this shit that I never wanted to look at because it's painful. Human beings don't want to look at that stuff. We'd rather go and watch TV and have sex and, pleasure. Nothing, don't go back there and look at all that stuff. We have a whole consumerism, society. It's built around, making us, taking our attention, distracting us, to escape the pain of, our unmet expectations. I'm asking you to jump right in. So start with this. This is what helped me. I started with my parents. And take a minute right now. I'm serious. This is do the work, man. You want to create a change in your life? I'm telling you, this is not what the gurus are teaching, but this is what works. And I can tell you this now after helping hundreds and hundreds of women over the last few years with these processes. Oh, so parents is on there twice. So the relationship with your parents, with your mother and your father, what disappointments did you have there? Maybe it's with, and then here's another headline to give you some ideas. What disappointments did you have with school, with your teachers, with your friends? Disappointments with your family, with your relationships, maybe your ex-husband, your ex-wife, maybe your kids. Disappointments with yourself, with God. I'm just going to put that out there and see, I'm just going to put that out there and see, are you finding a lot of things there? I'm just curious. I mean, when I went back, I saw disappointments. Oh my God, I remember my dad knocking on my door when I was 18 years old, needing to borrow money for Christmas presents. I was like, what? This is not right. So disappointed, my mom for not being a better role model, I was mad at her. She was mentally ill. She's not a good role model. I had so many disappointments that were never dealt with. So let me know. Are you making a list? Do you have a lot of things on your list? Go ahead, type something in the chat box. What's a major disappointment? You're gonna see as soon as you open that up, take a look in there. You're gonna see it's unbelievable the amount of stuff you're gonna find there. Most people have never taken a look, never dared to even go there. Eileen says school. Yeah, maybe being bullied at school, or maybe a teacher who told you you're not good enough, or shut up, or didn't stick up for you. Ex-boyfriends, relationships, laziness, lack of asking for help. Yep. Sons, jobs, parents, that my soul chose the wrong parents. Well, it's disappointing your parents. Big one, failing my mom, not being financially where I want to be. Great. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Boyfriends, husbands, keeping quiet for too long. All this shit has to get cleared out. Yeah, myself, procrastination. Yeah. When I sat down to do this list, it took me hours. So again, I'm going to pull up that slide to give you some headlines. Just write the headlines down so you can go, it's going to take you a while. And I really, really invite you guys to, really go through this list here. Parents, start when you're a kid, when you're an infant. Exactly what are you disappointed? I've taken so many people through this process. I'm disappointed that my dad didn't freaking, my mom never stood up to my dad. My mom never stood up to my dad, and she gave me a bad freaking, taste, a bad image of how women are supposed to show up. I'm mad that my dad didn't, believe in me more. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff there, guys. School, friends, family, relation. Make a list. Just maybe for right now, write those headlines down so you can go back and really, really take a bite at a crime and do your due diligence here, because this right here, if you didn't have a charge on it, it would not show up. You would not be talking about it. That's how you know it has to be cleared. All right? My parent didn't tell me that I was adopted. Yeah, I'd be mad as hell about that. Being raped at ages 8 or 9, I'd be so sad. So disappointed. Who is there to protect you? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff here, guys. Choices, hiding, not being visible. Yep, all of this stuff. All of this is the stuff that's hiding out. All right? These are the gremlins. This is like the gunk. You can't move forward when you can't fly, soar like an eagle when you have your feet are stuck in this gunk, guys. All right. So moving forward, just what I was saying before, it's impossible to sell yourself when you feel off, when you feel like crap. It's impossible. People are reading your vibration. They're hearing it on the phone. They're seeing it. You're walking around covered in this stuff. And you're wondering why you're attracting people who are broke or who don't want to pay you, who, for me, I was attracting people who wanted refunds all the time. I was like, what the hell's going on here? I was like, I'm going to give up. This is too much work. I had to take a look inside and take radical responsibility for my own gunk and clean it up. When I did this exercise, guys, I'm going to show you here in a moment what to do with it. The next day, well, first of all, that night I fell asleep like a baby. The next day I felt so grounded, no more anxiety. All day long, you're running around trying to hide and not show and, self-medicate and not deal with, and all these emotions, they get stuffed in there and it just becomes this big bottle of like anxiety, just shaking up like a Coca-Cola can, ready to freaking explode. That was my long, dark night of the soul death. I had to face all these feelings and do something with them. This is the work. So this is an interesting quote. Einstein says, everything is energy, and that is all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but to get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, it's physics. So this is really interesting, but it also works in the opposite fashion. So this is why if you've been doing all this law of attraction stuff, nothing's been working, right? You got to clean out these old frequencies. Right? I'm looking in the chat. People are saying this is monumental. Monumental. No real guidance. Not people not having real guidance from their parents. Yeah. Yep. Somebody says, your honesty about your mother's mental illness frees me to label my mother as such without feeling damaged. Yeah, I had to learn a whole new way to be successful. She didn't teach me. She taught me the opposite. She taught me how not to be. And that was a great lesson. So just note that just take a note there. That's something to really work on. And we'll get to, how to move through that here in a moment. I want to talk to you a little bit now about how to get your goals in 2017. How much money do you want to make? I want you guys to write down a number, whether it's a number per month or a number per year. Just write it down. Let yourself get really clear about that. We're going to talk a little bit about how to get your goals right now, because I promise you guys, how to start attracting sales. So I'm going to switch gears now. Just put that on the side. We're going to come back to it. That's important. So we see there's a lot of stuff to get clear on before you can start opening up to abundance. And now I want to talk to you more about systematics and real systems, because you got to have both, right? You got to have the inner stuff right, and you got to know what to do. And so when you are moving into this realm called expert, inspirational leader, coach, you're gonna solve people's problems for profit. That's what you do. And I want you to write that down. If you want to have a lot of sales, start looking at how to solve a lot of problems. A lot of sales equals solving a lot of problems. That's what you do. You solve people's problems for profit. And most entrepreneurs, the reason why they struggle with sales is because they think, oh, I'm going to sell this thing. And they go out there and they promote this thing and it doesn't work. People don't want it. So the first rule of the game here is to actually go and start looking for problems. Who has a problem that I can solve? What are the problems? How does my audience even talk about the problems? I think their problem is this, but actually the audience thinks it's this. And people are trying to sell this, no one wants it, they want this. All right, so here's why now during the holidays, it's the perfect time to solve problems. Let's just, right now, this is really a game, go ahead and type in the chat box all of the problems you think people are facing with right now during the holidays. And I'll tell you, the list is long, my friends. I'll just mention a few. People are terrified of overeating and getting fat. Emotional eating during the holidays. I can tell you I'm drinking my freaking little juice. Here's my carrot juice, right? A juicer. And so here I'm coming into the holidays nice and clean and clear. Someone says being lonely, stress-induced chronic pain, having to deal with crazy family members. Yeah. Notice I live here in California. My family lives in Canada. Notice that? Notice that. Ding, ding, ding. Money, right? How to show up looking good at parties, having to deal with family members that they don't know what to do with, hitting the reality that holy smokes, holy shitskis, I haven't, the whole year's over. I didn't even start my business, or I didn't even get halfway to the goals, or I feel like a failure because I had this great intentions. I'm still 50 pounds overweight. I haven't found the love of my life yet. I'm going to go to another holiday party alone. Are you starting to see the amount of problems that people have during the holidays? You want to make sales right now? Just start listening in your holiday parties. People are, what do you think they're doing? Talking about problems. Feeling lonely and unsupported financially, family, self, feeling stagnation, no date for the new year, all kinds of problems. Emotional eating and also drinking, and I'm also drinking carrot juice. Awesome. Yeah, all these problems that you can solve. So here's how to make more, here's how to quadruple your sales, even during the holidays. When you go to these holidays events, make no mistake, now is the time for people to buy. They're either going to the store to buy a gun or some booze or anything to freaking numb this. Or if they're smart, they're online searching and researching and looking to hire a coach, a mentor, an inspirational leader, helper, someone just like you. Yep, now is the best time. So keep your ears open, when you go to these holiday events. And the best way to really make more sales is to listen and then to diagnose them. It seems to me like you have this problem. Here's why. They're going to be like, holy smokes, this person gets me. Wow. And immediately, that's an open door for you to say, hey, let's get on the phone and talk about this. I can maybe help you with that. I do some coaching for people. Really? Yeah. Let's get on the phone. Linda, if you have no holiday events to go to, find some meetup groups. Go online. There's a ton of events everywhere. I mean, I even went to get a burrito the other day, and the woman at the cash says, oh yeah, there's this Holiday of Lights festival down at the pier. There's this, there's that. There's all kinds of events. There's parades. So I'm going to give you the recipe to make money. It's really simple. It's a writer-downer, guys. Be visible, deliver value, and make offers. Be visible, deliver value, and make offers. It is that simple. And I'll tell you right now, the world, everyone is, this is like the checkpoint. Everyone does a check. Oh my God, end of the year, beginning of a new year. It's like reflection time. Oh, they can't escape it. It brings back memories of where I was last year. Did I get better? Did I get worse? Oh my God, if I got worse, I gotta do something about it. Okay. So when you're going to these parties, when you're going to the event, look for the problems. Listen for it. Do you know how powerful it is to really listen to somebody? It's a huge gift. And then invite them into a conversation. That's where the transformation happens. Inside a conversation. And that's really how you can make more sales right now. It's the best time. All right. So be visible, deliver value, make offers. Maria says, can you repeat that again? Be visible, deliver value, and make offers. That's really what it boils down to. All right, so now I'm going to start the screen share again. And if you have any questions, please post them here in the chat. We're going to keep going here. We're talking about how to get your goals. We talked about, what to do right now during the holidays, why now is the best time, making offers that people really want. But the other part of this is you have to believe in yourself. In order for you to make that kind of offer, you actually have to believe in yourself. You got to believe that you can do it. You got to believe that you're really good at it. You do, because again, people are buying your confidence. You got to go through that yourself. You've got to be, you've got to have made a cake with yourself, let's say, in order to tell people, here's the recipe. So the only way to it is really through it. And so now we get into, because I see so many people buying all this program and they buy this and that. I mean, I've gotten on the phone with them. I bought so-and-so's program. I did this. I went there. I did this. Nothing happens. Let's take a look at your beliefs. So I'm going to show you something here. I put this picture of a woman flying on a bicycle. Let's say you make a goal, okay, to make, I don't know, whatever it is. You put your number down, how much money you want to make next year, 100,000, 200, 500 million, whatever, 10 million, whatever it is. And now you're on your bicycle, you're doing your thing, you're driving to get your goals. You're in a bicycle and you're pedaling, and all of a sudden you have this belief that says, I'm not good enough. Or a belief that says, who's going to pay me that kind of money? Or a belief that says, I'm not smart enough, I'm not ready enough. Or some kind of old, I call these gremlins. Make no mistake, these are the unchecked decisions that are basically running our lives. They're just not purposefully. No one has these things. If anybody knew what was really going on in there, they'd get rid of them. Okay, this is not a purposeful thing. It's not even a conscious thing, but unconsciously they're there. Did something happen when you were 12 years old, 15 last year? It just never got remade. The decision never got remade. A decision that says, you're driving along, look at this nice woman with the little flowers, and you're collecting flowers, and you're going to your goal, and your goal is, 200,000 or 500,000, or maybe it's, I'll make an extra $2,000 a month, whatever your goal is. Driving, and all of a sudden you have, boom, a belief that says, no matter what I do, nothing ever works out for me. Crash and burn as the stick goes right through your spokes when you wipe out. Take yourself right out of the game. This is what's going on. 99% of the time. This is what's going on for people in their business, especially women. There's a statistic that said 60% of female business owners never make more than $60,000 a year in their business, ever. I was shocked. It's kind of hard to get your goals when you can't even move forward. And make no mistake, your beliefs are the ones that are driving you. Your beliefs drive you. So you have a thought, a belief is what? A thought that you keep thinking, which is good news. You can always turn that around. But how if you think of a thought, let's say, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve it, people like me don't, can't have shit like that, whatever it is, I'm not good enough. I mean, there's a whole long list, all right? When you have that going on, how are you supposed to take action on the action plans when you feel like crap about yourself? This is impossible. That's why this is really the starting place, guys. So let's take a look here. I want to take a look at what beliefs are really holding you back from the sales success or from the financial success or the happiness or whatever it is that you're planning for yourself in 2017. Someone says, I have a voice and someone to do something is me, but the price is much better than I am. So something about self-worth. What are beliefs are holding you back from the sales success you want? Go ahead and type in the chat box. What beliefs do you have about yourself? These are we got to do something with these, obviously. We got to. Because you can't get to your goal when, these beliefs are going to come in like a stick, jam in your spokes and take you off course. And it's okay to, I don't want to criticize you. I don't want to judge you for your beliefs. I want you to take the flashlight right now and say, there it is. That's the little gremlin that's holding you back. It's really important for you to become aware of it. And again, most people don't want to do this. We're here on the Christmas holidays and the ho-ho-ho and the freaking mistletoe and the shut up, man. Some people are, really in a lot of freaking pain. I get it. I was there one year. Big time, man. All I could do was walk on the freaking beach with my little dog. I just couldn't handle it. All right, so look. I can't do it. I love and make money. I can't do it myself. Fear of the unknown, huge. Letting go of what and who is not right for me because I don't think I deserve better. Self-doubt. My program isn't valuable. I'm not an expert, that I can't really help my clients. So doubt about your services. Yeah, self-worth, big one. Looks like this is a, so belief in yourself again. This is really good to look at. This is what needs to be fixed here, okay? So even whether you're sharing here in the chat or not, if you're making notes just for yourself, that's great as long as you're taking note here. What's really going on? What are the beliefs that are holding you back from the sales success that you want? Go ahead and make a note of that. And again, look at this, okay? When you have these, when you read those thoughts or those beliefs, notice how it makes you feel in your body. You're going to be shocked. Usually people feel like shit. They just feel closing down. There's some kind of really icky feeling. They don't really want to go in there and feel it. Okay, this is why the consumerism, this is why the holidays are really hard for a lot of people. Everyone's going out supposed to be happy, and you have this really heaviness. Okay, and now I want to draw your attention back over here to the scale of emotions. And what we're doing right now, even on this, what you think is very kind of maybe preliminary or 101, but what we're really doing here is we're moving into this field here of acceptance. We're coming here, even people that are sharing on the chat, this is huge. You're coming to see, you know what? Yeah, that exists in me. Yeah, that's there. And you're moving right up the scale from all the shame that everything keeps hiding down there. Don't let anyone, don't show anyone. Oh my God, this doesn't exist. Keep it under wraps, keep it under wraps. Until the whole thing explodes, right? Fear of other people knowing about me. Oh my God, why don't I have it? Pride, trying to look good. We're moving up here into this realm of acceptance. And look what happens in this place of acceptance. Even just taking the flashlight and saying, wow, that's there. Shit, it's not hiding anymore. You're bringing it up into the realm of, you're bringing it up. You're becoming conscious of it. It can't spook you like a gremlin or a ghost anymore. You know it's there. Even that is transforming it. And as you move up now, you can really start melting all of these things through the power of love. So, love and acceptance and peace, if you go back here, are all very, very high on the emotional scale. And what you want to do is bring your vibration higher and higher. You want to bring this high vibration of acceptance, reason, love to these very low negative beliefs and melt them all. All of these disappointments, same thing. Love really is the answer, is to bring love and acceptance to those dark, and very heavy and sticky, disappointments and beliefs. Because here's the deal, all right? Your mind is like an oven. So your subconscious mind, the mind that is 95% in charge of creating your reality, whatever you put in your oven of the mind, you're going to get on the outer sphere of your life. If you put cookies in the oven, your mind is going to cook the cookies, and you're going to get on the reality of your life, baked cookies out. Okay, and your subconscious mind, if you put an apple pie, is going to bake it, you're going to get apple pie. You put in the oven, or you have in there a belief that says, I'm not good enough, guess what you get in the outer reality of your life? Experiences to validate and mirror back to you, I'm not good enough, I'm not ready yet, all this shit. This is why this is really important, guys. You can't just throw a whole bunch of positive shit into an oven that's filled with gremlins and crap. There's no room. That's why all this law of attraction stuff actually doesn't work until you clean it out. Now here's the good news. Here's the good news. And I love this, that each and every one of you, regardless of what your beliefs are about yourself, the reason that you are on, the fact that you're on this webinar shows me, that this is really for you. You know how I know? Because everybody has a seed of success. Your soul came into this world knowing and having a very specific purpose. It's like a seed. So for example, this is a kiwi seed. It looks so delicious, that color, my God. But listen, a kiwi seed is going to make a kiwi tree or kiwi fruit, okay? You don't plant banana or, papaya and get a kiwi. No, a kiwi, you put a kiwi seed, it's going to be a kiwi. You put an apple seed is going to be an apple tree. It's not going to make a banana tree or a pineapple. It's going to make apples. Right? Watermelon seed is going to make a watermelon. That's what it is. But here's the deal. And you could have an incredible, delicious, fantastic fruit and bounty, juicy, amazing, yummy. But if you don't have the fertile mind, your seed's never going to grow. You got to have that fertile mind. You got to have the space for it to grow. But you have that seed of greatness within you. Everybody does. Everybody does. So again, that's why we talk about new mindset leads to new results. This is the only way. If you want to have new growth, new abundance, new sales, new confidence, it starts on the inside. I can't stress that enough. And again, the key to sales made easy, it's really all about how you feel. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about your programs? You got to feel amazing. So take a check right now and see if your mind is an oven, and this is really the portal towards getting everything you want. It's taking radical responsibility for what's inside your mind. What other kind of beliefs are you holding in there? What vibrations are you putting out on a consistent basis? What are you doing about that? And if you want to know what's inside your mind right now, just take a look at what's happening in your life. What kind of abundance is showing up or not? What kind of people? What kind of support? What kind of love? What kind of joy? Who do you have in your life? What are you experiencing? What kind of reflection are you having? What are you holding? If you want to know what's in your mind, just check your results, check your life. It's going to show you what's in your mind. And that's the best news ever, because if you don't like it, you can change it. And you don't need to be on the couch for 12 years with a freaking psychologist or whatever it is. You just need to know how to undo, how to clean out your vibration, and then install some new beliefs. All right. So there's typically 6 reasons, 6 reasons why people continue struggling making sales. We covered really on this webinar number 1 and number 6, right? People just don't feel good about themselves or the programs, or they don't get into action because of the emotions, the fear, the perfectionism, the self-doubt, the beliefs, they feel bad, they stop. They feel afraid, they stop. It's like the seed that tries to get planted, but it never gets planted because the emotions stop it. Or number 2, people don't know what they're selling. Number 3, they don't make offers. They're not enticing enough. They're selling the wrong thing. Or number 4, they don't talk to enough people. They don't make enough offers. So, that's a kind of a marketing issue. Might be a fear of being visible issue. Number 5, they don't ask for the cash. Again, that's all kinds of ideas about sales. Selling is no good. Selling is sleazy. Selling is manipulative. So go ahead and type in the chat box. Let me know which ones do you struggle with right now? Again, it's just taking the flashlight. What did Gandhi or Buddha say? The key to freaking success is understanding yourself. Know thyself. If you want to know what to work on, you got to know what the problems are. Acceptance, that's the gateway. So what numbers do you struggle with? Take a look, take a check. Mark them down in your own paper right now in your book, or type them in the chat. This is for you again. And I'm going to share with you now some ideas here. And this is really from my book, From Bankrupt to $900 a Day Selling Mops. I want to talk to you about sales as a spiritual practice for a minute. And this is what, the first book was about. Sales as a spiritual practice. I used to be one of those people like, what's that dude on television that sells the ShamWows? You ever seen those people in the stores, the knife person, they're selling knives and things and doing a little pitch? Well, I used to do that. I used to sell mops. And I did that for 4 years. And the first year I did it, I became the best salesperson in the company. I wrote a book about it. That's what this turned into. And I went from making, being bankrupt. I went bankrupt. I was a healer. I was a Chinese medicine acupressure practitioner. And I got into multi-level marketing. I didn't understand the importance of sales or marketing. I did not know the difference between having a job and the different things you have to do as a business owner. And I got myself into a lot of debt, over $60,000, and I declared bankruptcy. That was in 2006. And so then I got into the law of attraction and working with the mind. And I attracted this job selling mops because I wanted to live in Hawaii. And I attracted this job. It was on Craigslist, making, what was it, $2,500 a week or something, and work around your business. And so I applied and I got the job. And I started working for this company, doing these little promotions and pitches, selling knives and lint removers and mops. And I got really good at it. And, I went from making $300 a week to $900,000 a day. And so I learned a few things about sales and really how spirituality and sales merge. And so the key here is that you need to feel really, really good. And you need to know how to take off the charge when you have disappointment, when you have failure. There's no failure in life. The only failure is failure to get back up again and do it again, learn from your mistake. So sales really, to me, is a spiritual practice because it requires you to come back and love yourself. When someone says no, when, people have a terrifying fear of rejection, and promise you're not going to die when you fail, because I have failed so many freaking times in my life. One of my mentors early on said, fail forward, fail faster. All right. Because the faster you fail, the faster you're going to learn, which is the best thing I ever learned in my life. My business manager, who just joined my team last month, cannot believe, with the amount of spelling errors that I have in my books and my website, cannot fathom how I'm doing so well in business with over $100,000 in sales last month. Cannot fathom. It's unbelievable. Good enough is good enough, man. Just get out there. You don't need to have perfect spelling, to be impacting people, to be a transformational leader, to share your message, to make great money. You don't have to be perfect. You just got to get out there. And so sales, you can look at it as a spiritual practice because it's constantly bringing you back to love yourself. And if you really, 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 really want to, take personal radical responsibility for your life, which is the way to create change, you have to look at, okay, well, who am I attracting? That's a reflection of me. So I used to get on the mop stage and do these pitches. And I'd be so angry from the one that I blew, an hour ago. And I'd be so angry that I attract all these angry people. I said, oh my God, I have to clear this. And I go and I do my little exercises, whatever it was, and clear it out, and then do it again. Do it again. And so mastery comes from that. And so it's a wonderful way to show you how you're doing, to look at this, not as in, selling is really, to me, how transformation happens. There's no transformation. Your clients, there's no coaching that happens. There's no inspiring. There's no moving. There's no nothing that happens until the sale is made. So if you really, are called and drawn into this realm of being a transformational leader, you better get good at sales. That's it. So even someone says, "Here, Shelly, yeah, I highlighted the spelling errors." Yeah. See what I mean? So if anybody here has some perfectionism issues, you can throw that out the window. Don't need to be perfect in order to make a great income and in order to make an impact in the world. All right. So I hope that helps some of you. There are 8 billion people in the world. I think 7 or 8 billion people in the world. And they need your help. And to every person that you don't make offers to, you're gypping them. You're gypping them because you know what? They need help and they might hire somebody else. They're going to hire somebody else. They're going to go to somebody else's programs. So take a look at that list and ask yourself, what is it really costing you to not have a handle on this, to not have a handle on all these gremlins and all these emotions? What's it costing you financially? What did it cost you this year? You know, take a look at your income goals. If you put down, I want to make 10,000 a month, or, you know, $200,000 this year, or 100,000, or five, and whatever, 500,000, a million, 10 million. What is it costing you right now to not have a handle on these things? What's it costing you to not be clear about what you're selling? Financially, and not just financially, what's it costing, you know, your family? I remember when I used to do these Mops and I worked for that company, I would be traveling all over the place. I couldn't even have a freaking plant in my house. It would die. I had to be gone for 10 days at a time. I was a road warrior. I was on the road living in hotel rooms. I had money, but I had no friends. I had no relationships. I had no lives. I couldn't even have a plant. Some people are working 2 jobs. Some people's kids are being raised by, you know, other people. What's it costing you to not have, you know, your business up and running, to not have the sales that you want to be making? What's it costing you financially, but not just financially? What's it costing you in terms of your confidence? I'll see a lot of women, you know, they start doubting themselves. Oh my God, they don't know what to do with their marketing, so they don't do anything, and they keep buying these courses, and the courses don't work. No wonder it doesn't work. We saw why it didn't work today. And they start to doubt themselves. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. What's it costing you in your relationships? A lot of women put all kinds of stuff on credit. Their husbands are pissed off because it's, you know, a big freaking expensive hobby. Some serious questions to ask yourself. What's it costing you not to have this all figured out? And don't be afraid of the failure. I've failed a lot. Fear of being in the exact same place next year as you are today. You know, because you're either growing or you're dying. There's only one way. You know what I mean? There's very, very few people just stay stagnant. You either go up or you go down. So what I have for you is really a way to kickstart, really skyrocket your confidence and your cash flow. I have an amazing program. It is the best program for spiritual women entrepreneurs. It's called 10K in 30-day program. We do a ton of mindset in this program, but we also help you get really clear on what you're selling. We help you get really clear on how to bring it out into the marketplace, using online video, using speaking, using, you know, really how to get out there, be visible, deliver value, and make offers. And we really help you clean out your vibrations so you can be a fertile, you know, create a fertile space in your mind to create new beliefs. This is one of my graduates of the program, Tanya Clark-Marinelli, just like many of you here on this webinar. Phenomenal coach, mom, homeschooling mom. Her family said, you better go out there and get a real job. She'd invested in coaches before. It didn't work out for her. And, you know, she was very skeptic about working with me. She'd been trying, you know, having a good go at this for the last 5 years. Nothing was working out. And they were going to turn off, I think, her electricity. She made a video about this. I'm not really telling on her. It's on my website if you want to go watch it. But within 30, 60, 90 days, she'd turned the whole freaking thing around. She had her first $10,000 month. She took her kids traveling to Mexico. They'd never seen the coast. You know, totally up-leveled her life. You know, an incredible role model for her kids. Can you imagine? This is what's possible for you when you get this. Imagine being an amazing role model for your children. A lot of women, that's, you know, this is what it is. This is what it's all about. She bought a dream car. Now she's speaking all over the place. She has tons of opportunities, and she gets to, you know, stay home for her kids if she wants to, and really impact the world. She's enjoying the, you know, the 10K lifestyle. This is another client, Amy. She, another phenomenal woman, amazing coach, you know, not charging enough. We did a lot of inner work, a lot of mindset. Now she's charging $8,000 and $13,000 for a program. She's actually in Hawaii right now. She's in Hawaii, just saw a post on Facebook. She was doing a hike today. And so I put some little snippets of real life posts here. This is a kind of transformation. She wanted to buy property. That's what she wanted to do. She bought two rental properties last year. That was her goal. I just had a conversation with her last week. She's doing amazing. She's taken the whole month off, and she's in Hawaii right now. Kind of cool. Kind of really awesome cool. So guys, I love helping women. I love celebrating women get these results. I also include my workshop Profit Secret System in that program, which is really, if you love doing workshops, if you want to do your own workshops, if you want to, you know, really sell your high-end coaching from the back end of the stage, this is how I did it. I include the whole thing, comes with that. So Guys, I'm gonna open this up for you here and really invite you to make a completely different 2017. And if you think you're gonna do the same thing and get different results, you're lying to yourself, so don't do that. But I am opening up some spaces to connect with you. This is the link. And then really who I'm looking for, are people who are ready. They're ready to be personally responsible, take radical responsibility for their lives. They're ready to kickstart their income. This means that you're committed, you're decisive, you are coachable. You're coachable because I have the best recipe, and I've been doing this now for 8 years. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't really, really good at what I did. And I'm looking for people who are resourceful, who are committed, who are decisive, who know that, what, I got to do this. I got to clean this up, and are ready to follow a recipe because it works. So the link again is takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. I'll post it here in the chat. And I thought it would be really, really fun to actually invite one of my graduates from the actual program to come over here today and talk with you about her results and about what she experienced in the program. So I'm going to do that, actually. I'm going to invite Kim, let's see if she's here, to share with everybody her results. There she is. Let me see if this works. Invite as a speaker. Okay. So Kim, I just invited you. Let's see if you can speak now. See email address. Return as entity. Okay, so Kim, I just opened it up for you, and you should be able to pop on now and speak. I don't know if they send you an email so you can jump on and click that email, or how this works. It's my first time ever trying this. And so I'm going to stop the screen share right now and see if Kim's going to jump on with us somehow. And if you have any other questions, please go ahead and type those in the chat box as well. But we should be able to hear Kim here in a moment. It's the first time I'm ever doing this. I thought it's so cool. Hey, Doris. Thank you, guys. Rose says, you're a beautiful spirit, sending you lots of love and light your way. Doris says, I agree with Rose. Love listening to you. Awesome. I'm glad this has been inspirational for you guys. And it's great to get inspiration. But if you want transformation, you got to take action. And you got to do something different. And I remember when I was at the worst place in my life, the last thing I wanted to do was go and invest money in myself. That was the last thing I wanted to do. It was, oh my God, I'm already in this crazy place, and I did. I found money. And I said, I got to hire this, this mentor, because if I can't figure it out by myself, there's no way what's going to happen if I stay here, So thankfully I was able to do that. And he helped me get clear. So Kim, I wonder if you can hear us or if you can speak. It says you're open and my volume is on. Maybe is your volume on? You should be able to, or maybe you have to go into admins, attendees. No, you should be able to. So I decided to try something new here, which is I would invite somebody to come in and share your experience. So let's see if we can hear Kim. And guys, ask me any questions that you have. Shara says, yes, this has been awesome. Does your program include one-on-one coaching, online systems? Yeah, there's a lot of me time. So we have, you get to ask me personal questions all the time. You get to talk with me personally live, not my coaches, but me, twice a week. We have group calls. There's a phenomenal amount of transformation that happens on these calls. And everybody on there is in the same place as you. They're all super committed. They're ready. They're making sales. They're finding confidence. They're using the sales script. So, I've been doing this now for a long time. I'm ready to share with you anything and everything that has helped me and that can really help you. So you do get a lot of touch time with me. And that's why this is the best program. A lot of people, most of these coaches, when they're doing this, they give you just a video series and do it on your own. You need a mentor or someone to say, hey, don't do that. Hey, get back on track here. Just do these 3 things. Oh, hey, Kim. Okay. Broadcast question, reply, edit. Okay, so Kim, can you hear us? She is here. Everything always works out for me. I'm back. Okay, awesome. Yay, so you're here. So you should be able to speak now. This is so interesting. Let's see if this works. It'd be awesome if you can. Let us know if you can hear us. Edmund says, thank you for the great call. It's connecting on the transformational call with like-minded people. Merry Christmas to your family. Thank you. It's been totally awesome. Maria, love this. Wanting to go from a therapeutic profession to a spiritual profession, wondering how to do it. Absolutely. You can totally do that. This is what the program is all about. So Kim says you can hear me. So you should be able now to speak. Invite a speaker. See if you can speak during over your computer. How did you start with minimum training or lots of training? Did you have a coach? Yeah, I always had coaches. I still always have coaches. Do you have to take her off the muted chat? No one's muted here. She's got a request. She's supposed to mark as chat. Should be able to speak. There's a request to speak button at the top of the chat. Would that work? Yeah. Yep. Kim, hit that request to chat unmuted. Click to mute the chat. The chat's unmuted. Yeah. So there should be a request to speak. Okay. We're gonna get this. This is gonna work. Invite a speaker. Okay, Kim, can you hear us? Well, I'm going to keep answering some questions. Thanks, Shara and Shelly. So I've always had coaches. I have always had, oh, there she is. Yay. We can see you coming up here. Hey, Kim. I see you kind of popped up here, but we still can't hear you. Can you hear us? I can kind of hear some like clicking around. Is your volume turned on? This is gonna work. So just to answer your questions, I always have coaches. I have always had coaches my entire life. I still have coaches now, whether it's a fitness coach or a coach. Oh, we can kind of hear clicking. Kim, are you there? Yay, we hear you. Say something. We did hear you for like 1 second. Maybe if you put your earbuds in or something, because we heard you for like 1 second. I don't know what happened. So awesome. I'm seeing some people apply already. It's awesome. What's going to happen here? I have a team of people that are ready to connect with you. So do go ahead again. That link, if you want to learn more about the program, it's takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. Type that again in the chat box. How do you deal with clients? How do you deal with clients? I can hear your keyboard, Kim. Can you speak and say something? No, don't hear you. How do you deal with clients you think you charge too much? Well, it's that we cover in the program. We cover about, how to really explain to people and deliver the value. I love how you chose who you work with. I was told by someone you should be able to work with every single person. Do you agree? So Kim said something here about Vanessa definitely skyrocketed my success. Edmund, what is the fee of your program? Yeah, that's the first thing to do is to jump on and apply. That's really where we have that whole conversation. But what we really do, there's a lot of people here applying. And you really want to do that before the end of the year. Oh, there she is. Hey, Kim. I heard a hello. So we're having a promotion right now until January. And I did this last year. It worked. Oh, there she is. We can see you now. Kim. Yay,
I can't hear you.
Okay. So Kim, we can hear you. It's good. We can totally hear her. Or we did hear her, and now she's gone. What happened to her? Anyways, I'm going to let you all know that we have a promotion right now on the program. In January, the price is going to go up dramatically. So if you have been kind of on the fence and thinking about it and kind of peeking in, now's the time to do it. I did that last year on my birthday, January 9th as a cutoff. After that, we're going to be raising the price, nearly doubling it. So if you've been kind of following along these webinars and watching these trainings and thinking, you know, I would really love to work with Vanessa, I'd love to get these kind of results, now's the time to take action. In January, we're gonna have the program, but it'll be a lot more of an investment. Kim says it's totally worth it. Go ahead and type Kim in the chat box for people if you can. Thank you for trying to jump on with me here. What have been the biggest results for you, or what have been, you know, your biggest takeaways, the biggest transformation? What did you really enjoy about the program? What happened for you? What were your results? Let's just start with that. And Shelly says, using the tool that Vanessa has daily really keeps up my vibration every day. I do them, I have a much better day. So it wants me to do positive mindset every day now. Yeah, mindset is so important. It's like having a shower, right? You have to do it every day. The key is knowing what to do. And right now in this, you know, there's so much out there. There's so many books, there's so many tools, and knowing, you know, what to do, what to focus on is as important, because there's some, you know, it's not so much time in a day here. So Kim says, I was terrified to be visible. Now I do a video every day. Awesome. And what were your results, Kim? I mean, I can tell you her results, but basically we'd love to hear it from you. You know, Kim got started in the program. She got really clear on her high-end program. She started doing videos, and she was terrified of that. She started making sales, which was awesome. And what else did you do? This is incredible results. Specifically around the mindset, what can you tell people, you know, about the mindset work that you got out of the program? I want to hear. I want you guys to see what she says about the program. Kim says, I was squeamish about asking for money, and now I love my breakthrough calls, bringing clients at high values. What about the mindset piece? How did that, you know, play into what you were able to accomplish? This is really a boot camp program, so we help you get results within, you know, just a short amount of weeks. Kim says, I changed my thinking and left my toxic relationship. Boom, that's huge. We do a lot of closing the energy leaks. I changed everything. I tell myself, yeah, it's true. You did. And what else did you do? Just some amazing things, and I'm blown away by what she accomplished in, you know, 60 days. It's mind-blowing. What else happened? I thought things would always go badly eventually. She turned everything around. I don't want to tell. I don't want to like let the cat out of the bag. She bought herself a new house, a new condo, moved into a whole new place. Now she says, I believe everything will work out, and it does. So what she's done is she's been able to really take her power back from the ego, from the mind, right? That always wants you, always wants to try to protect you using fear. Most people are believing and living that out. In 2 weeks, I bought a new riverside condo with a great view. Totally new life, just with your thoughts, and also not just with your thoughts, because that's the first, you know, that's the first ground level is, you know, how to change your thoughts. And from those new beliefs, you can take new action, and that action is what gets you the results. So congratulations, Kim, for, you know, really being just a rock star, and showing up and being coachable and being, you know, ready. You know, she goes, I live in a neighborhood I always dreamt about, on a street I used to dream about living on. Yeah, pretty amazing. In 60 days, and, you know, and she said in 2 weeks, I bought a new riverside condo with a great view. Super amazing. So, you know, now she says, I love talking to people. So this mindset helped you turn around not just how you showed up in your business, but also in your personal life. And that's usually the case. You know, your mindset is that filter with which everything goes through. So again, if you'd like to have incredible results this year, whether it's with your relationships, your business, it all starts with your mindset. That's what we cover in the 10K and 30-day program. And we also cover some really solid sales systems, like how to get out there and be visible on video, how to make offers, you know, from the stage. I'm always telling women that's a problem, and I help women with that all day long, right? You're solving problems for profit. That's what it's about. So they really help you get clear on how to package yourself as a high-end, high-value coach, how to package yourself and create your signature programs. I teach you how to get your message out there in a marketplace and start solving problems for profit. Kim's now telling you that she's made, you know, sales doing this. She was terrified before, now she's not. She closed a bunch of her energy leaks. She totally up-leveled her life and got a new condo. She said, the system is great. I revamped my website and how I package myself. And Kim, tell the truth. Was it convenient for you to join and invest in the program? Just share with everyone, was it convenient for you? Okay. So she also got clear, Awaken Women's Journey, Vanessa's title suggests. And we do a lot of copywriting work. So I'm a brilliant copywriter. And I have a gift of helping people, you know, with the right language, authentically, you know, package yourself. And that helps because when you're clear, then you get into action. A lot of people are not clear. So Kim says, it was a terrible time to join. Of course, it's never convenient. So Kim had, I think it was a broken foot or a broken ankle or something. And she joined anyways. She was on crutches and could not drive anywhere when I started, right? There's never a better time to start until you decide that it's time. So guys, I'm gonna invite you again. If you wanna make 2017 an amazing year, now is the time to jump on and find out about the program. What we're going to do, you know, on the call, one of my team members will contact you. You can go to takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready and apply. Basically, we're gonna get on the phone with you. We're gonna find out what's really holding you back from achieving the goals that you want. Is it a lack of clarity? Is it a gremlin? Is it mindset? Is it not knowing what to do? We're really gonna find out what's blocking you, what's holding you back from getting the financial results that you want, from growing your business. We're gonna help you get really crystal clear on your next steps, whether that's to join our program or not. I'll be very honest with you. 30 to 40% of the people that apply, we don't take on, because again, you need to be ready and really ready to take responsibility for yourself. That's one of my standards. If you're not, we're not going to get along. And there's no victims playing in my house. There's no victims playing in my business. I'm not interested in that. Totally ready to help people really take their lives and their businesses to the next level who are ready. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So, you know, it's a free call. It is free, absolutely free to get on this call. I am inviting people who are committed, who are resourceful, who are ready to create a very different 2017 to apply. We're going to do we're going to open up a few spaces for these calls over the next week. And then I'm doing this right now, this webinar, really because we've gotten phenomenal results. Kim is one of many women. I think we have like, it's 20 or 30 people that have gone through the program just in the last little while. And then in January, we're raising the price because people are getting phenomenal success and phenomenal results. So if you want to have results like that, if you want to, you know, make sure that your business is really profit generating business, and you know that there's some things to clean up, if you know that you'd like some clarity and my help, then again, go ahead and apply. It's a free call. If it is a right fit, you know, my team, you know, they'll talk with you. They'll find out what's really holding you back. They'll help you get some clarity and some next steps, whether it's with us or not. You know, if not, we'll give you some awesome resources too. And we may invite you to join us. And Linda, are you doing calls between Christmas and New Year's? So the team is going to take calls next week, this next week coming up. And I believe during Christmas and New Year's, towards the end of the week, there'll be, I think, one of them on the phone. So go ahead. The best thing to do is go ahead and book your call right now before they all get kind of snapped up, and I'm seeing here, I got my phone right next to me, so I'm seeing people apply, and that's awesome. And you want to make sure that you do that as fast as possible. So guys, thank you for being here. Kim, thank you for your testimonial and for joining us and offering this is the feedback for people. Really, really powerful. The button to apply, it's actually in the chat box, and the website's takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. So there's a link in the chat box. And if you're watching this video, maybe on YouTube Live, because now there's a YouTube Live version, the website where to apply is called takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. Everyone, I adore you. Have a phenomenal and fantastic holiday season. I adore you. Thank you for being here. I say it every week. I really do mean it. 90% of success is just showing up. So congratulate yourself and make sure you take action. You know, don't let this be another webinar that you attend where you just sit there and take notes and do nothing with. You know, success is about taking action. It's about doing things radically different. If you want radical different results, you got to do something radically different. I adore you. Have a phenomenal week, everyone, and have a very, very happy holidays and a phenomenal, abundant, prosperous, loving, expansive 2017. I love you.